Hello, and welcome to Ontario Presents Virtual Networking Series 2025, taking place October 7th to 9th. I'm Annie Wilson, Director of Programming and Marketing at the Burlington Performing Arts Centre, and I am delighted to host today's Artist Showcase pitches. On behalf of Ontario Presents, I warmly welcome everyone joining us from across the Canadian performing arts sector today. Thank you to the agents, to the artists, to the managers who have made the VNS possible this year, as well as our funders, Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, and the Canada Council for the Arts. This year features 40 pitches from artists across Canada, reflecting diverse communities and cultural influences, all selected by a peer jury. Today, October 9th, we'll see 15 multidisciplinary showcases in a 90-minute session. Each has prepared a 5-minute pre-recorded video with closed captions available. For details, a digital handout is available in the chat and at ontariopresents.ca, including bios, show descriptions, technical info, and price ranges in showcase order. I'd like to begin today by acknowledging that I'm joining you from lands across Lake Ontario to the Niagara Escarpment, stewarded by Indigenous people since time immemorial, including the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Métis. This territory is mutually covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant. It's an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy, the Ojibwe, and other allied nations to peaceably share and care for resources around the Great Lakes. And we are grateful for their stewardship. So let's get started with day 3. Chris Dirksen, a Juno-nominated Indigenous cellist and composer who breaks every genre boundary. From Treaty 8 territory in northern Alberta, Chris blends her classical training, Cree heritage, and modern electronics into music that feels both grounded and futuristic. Her live shows can include string ensembles and Indigenous hoop dancers, creating layered performances rich with tradition, technology, and artistry, all moving together.
My name is Chris Dirksen, and I'm a half Cree, half Mennonite electronic cellist and composer. When I get old, I'll join the orchestra. Like when I'm 40, I'll join the orchestra. And now I'm 37 and I'm like, I'm not joining any orchestra. Actually, I'm going to have my own orchestra.
Give a round to the band. Again, Rebecca, Saskia, Ellen, Ben, MC, Bobby. This is a little bit of a banger. It's a little bit of a banger for y'all.
I am in a unique position to still be classical, but add elements that are relatable and are fun and are exciting. Yeah.
I think she's doing an enormous amount to build connections between people that don't always understand one another as well as they might.
I wanted to create music that my friends would be comfortable coming to see. And some of my friends definitely are not comfortable in the classical setting. That was also the point when I was in university and coming out, is to actually bring the cello out of that high class and out of the concert hall and bring it to the street level and bring it to folks and make it relatable and make it something that they understand and they felt they could join. It's kind of a really exciting time. Indigenous music is definitely on the rise. Orchestras are now realizing that actually, no, we can't just put an elder on this project. We have to actually engage in Indigenous participation, Indigenous artists. We have to actually engage folks and collaborate with folks.
Cecilia is a trio that brings Celtic and Quebecois traditions to life with high-spirited joy. Their new show blends contemporary classical jazz and swing influences while staying true to their roots. Full of warmth, rhythm, and celebration, it's music that radiates energy and leaves audiences smiling long after the final note.
This is Danielle with Canis Major Music, and it brings me great pleasure to introduce you to Cecilia. Cecilia are a trio from Quebec representing 3 of Canada's finest musicians as well as loveliest people to work with and for.
Hello, we are the band Cecilia. My name is Timmy Turmel. I'm the accordion player.
Erin Leahy, and I play piano.
And Louis Schreier here, and I play the fiddle.
And we play all together at the same time. This is what we do the best.
That's what we do the best.
The band can do outreach and education in the schools. We can do house concerts. We can do festivals of all kinds. The band has been extremely well received at folk festivals, Celtic festivals, bluegrass festivals, and Highland Games, as well as venues all across North America. Fee-wise, we're looking at anything from about $1,500 up to about $6,000, depending on the day of the week and other such specific circumstances.
Develop my style with mostly Cape Breton fiddle, so adapting what they're doing on my playing makes it different.
Different and unique. Long-time classically trained, but also again grew up in a family with fiddle players. My sister played the piano. We played music all the time. Music has been part of my life from the beginning.
joy to, bring the different colors that we have together, and then adding the spices of influences along the way, classical, swing, ragtime, pop music, really makes for an enjoyable musical encounter for us.
There's always lots of energy and smiles and fun, and lots of fun. And we're lucky to have the crowd in front of us, because that's what gets us going as well.
I met Aaron in about 2012, something like that. I was not speaking any English at the moment. We started practicing around that time, just playing music because we were not able to talk to each other. Until 2018 that we decided it was time to make an album. But at the same moment, I met Louis through Aaron at Leahy Music Camp, and Louis and me became friends kind of right away. I started to question myself about that album. Now I wanted Louis on it. It kind of like that the trio happened. We were loving to play together. We just playing those tunes, and now Louis is doing all those counter melodies, harmonies, and awesome thing that we're making the music so much better.
Ontario is close to home. It is home. So we would love to play as much as we can through this wonderful province.
Wind in the Leaves Collective, led by poet Charles C. Smith, is a multidisciplinary group that blends dance, visuals, and music and poetry into stunning performances. Their new show celebrates the life and legacy of Julius Eastman, a Black queer composer whose brilliance shaped contemporary music. It's groundbreaking, beautiful, and an act of remembrance and honor.
Greetings, colleagues and lovers of performing arts. I'm Charles C. Smith, Artistic Director of the Wind in the Leaves Collective. I'm a poet and a performer, and I'm honored that our performance is included in this year's Ontario Presents virtual network session. The Wind in the Leaves Collective has been creating and performing multidisciplinary work since 2010. Our practice comes from the African diasporic traditions, and we work with poetry, dance, music, and video. We've had a number of full-length performances sponsored by Oakville Centre for the Arts, the University of Toronto, the Jackman Humanities Institute, Atlantic Ballet, the Toronto International Festival of Authors, and a world premiere at Canadian Stage. In 2024, the collective performed the piece you are about to experience a part of, Searching for Eastman. This was at Canadian Stage and supported by the National Arts Centre Creation Fund. It is a full-length production in 3 acts, and that explores the life and experiences of the radical queer Black composer, musician, choreographer Julius Eastman, who was one of the early pioneers of American minimalism, working out of the University of Buffalo and then New York City from the late 1960s to the 1980s. Sadly, Eastman died in obscurity in 1990, and only in recent years has his work been rediscovered and performed across North America and Europe. The collective has been honored to perform his music and to interpret this with poetry, dance, and video. Based on my poetry and the book of the same name, the performers dance as well as read. They assume characters named within the book of poems, and in each act, they relay stories of Eastman's vision, passion, and calls for social justice. The dancers share the passion of the work and have contributed to the choreography through a collective process. Our dancers come from diverse backgrounds and express the range of sentiments, thoughts, and concerns about Julius Eastman. What you will see in this performance is quite compelling as the dancers move to the very charged music Eastman composed and they read the impassioned poetry that I've written. This is a good selection to be in your venue, and we look forward to being there.
And in those unknown journeys, did he dream of the homeless who were everywhere? New York, Buffalo, Ithaca.
We often say that, art transcends several boundaries, and you would think that, yes, he was Black, he was queer, he was all these things, but the genius of his music would have helped to transcend some of these things, and he would have been able to go into spaces and that he didn't, and how devastating his life was.
His art, he portrayed it as a drama, meaning that he include music, he include singing, he include dancing, he include and drumming also. So all of those things, he put them together as expressing his art, as expressing his life.
This is not ordinary magic. It's a ruse and the still perfect silence of another life. He walked beside, without a word, into the deliberate open space of day, where he saw paradigms of light stretched into the merciless chaos of a sky, spray-painted a purple chemical haze, where he wandered alone into the coldness of winter, pushing through horizons of twilight.
Beautiful things I found out is the way he works with music structure and how different hints of things and melodies in his own voice would actually appear later in his compositions.
He chose to keep his integrity and stay true to himself, and he, again, was uncompromising in his beliefs and didn't want to be put in a box or follow convention. That was just not his way, and he wanted to be bold, he wanted to be himself.
Our eyes shaped by legend and myth, seeing in this day what was before, looking for Langston, Paris is burning, I shall not be moved. Tongues untied, brother to brother moonlight, and how now this shapes our troubled hands.
Of course, the gestures themselves mean something to me because it's like things that I do, and to be able to meld my personal practice and my personal explanations of things, and to be able to tell the story like I am the vessel, like I am the music. My voice is the music, my body is the music, and also tapping into the fact that his roots are my roots.
Empanadas Ilegales is a Vancouver-based band serving psychedelic cumbia and salsa with unstoppable energy. Their sound fuses Latin surf rock, free jazz, and vintage cumbia with hypnotic guitars, brass that never quits, and beats that keep you moving. Their new show is a love letter to cumbia classics with a modern twist.
Hola, we are Empanadas Ilegales. We play tropical psychedelic music designed for the dance floor. Our family is composed of Daniel Ruiz on the drums, Jocelyn Well on the trumpet, Dani Hernandez on the bass, Jaime Millán on the guitar, Andrea Milagros on the percussions and maracas, and Ricardo Perez on the guitar and effects. We come from different parts of Latin America, and we all rejoined or got together in Vancouver, where we formed the group through nights of jamming and playing and understanding each other's sounds.
To dig into the sound a little more and really what kind of tropical psychedelia means for us. The tropical side, it's worth noting that, we really draw from a lot of influences close to our home countries of Colombia, Ecuador, many that Ricardo mentioned. We include cumbia influences, salsa influences as well in our sound, and really we aim to pay homage and tributes to these really amazing folkloric rhythms in our music. But at the same time, we really want to bridge and bring it to a modern context, right? We live in Vancouver, it's 2026, and so we do pull a lot of influences from West Coast sounds, be it surf rock, alongside some psychedelia that typical of sounds coming from synthesizers and multi-effects, effects units that we incorporate into the sound. And so really we try to stay true to this very rich folkloric sound, but again also innovate and modernize it in a way. And so we really try to strike a perfection in this duality that we live in. And in terms of sound as well, we have played previously with anywhere from electronic music groups to rock, to metal, to punk, to even some jazz contexts as well. So we are very flexible in terms of our sound and where we can fit in it.
And there is also a very strong element of jazz improvisation, which makes every show unique and different. And, it makes it really is global music.
Yeah, the band's been around for 7 years. We have had the privilege of releasing 3 albums. First one was Papayón. Then the Creepy Mambo came along with its own unique sound that we created from it. And then our latest album is called Sancocho Trifásico. It's kind of like a mixed soup of all these elements and sounds that we put together. And we've been touring this album. We've had 22 dates all over the summer, all over Canada. Some highlights are the Vancouver Jazz Fest, Montreal Jazz Fest. We played Sunfest in London, Ontario. We also played FME, the Festival de Musique Emergente. Calgary Folk Fest, many other festivals along this amazing summer. So another festival that we're coming to is Folk Music Ontario in October, coming up in Ottawa. So if you're around, come check it out. We'd love to see you.
Our mission, vision, and dream is to get people dancing, smiling, and letting loose together. And that makes us perfect for big stages, in festival environments. That's a place we definitely thrive in and feel very comfortable. So yeah, our dream is to deliver a joyful, high energy environment, and thank you for the opportunity, and let's keep in touch.
Thank you.
Anawara Dance Theater is an award-winning Indigenous company that brings us a new show which is a tribute to the Mohawk ironworkers lost in the 1907 Quebec Bridge disaster. With powerful storytelling, multimedia, and movement, it turns history into a moving reflection on resilience and kinship.
Gwegwe, Ganiritduni Ujats. Hello, my name is Barbara Ganiritduni Daibo, and I'm from the Ganyage Haga, or Mohawk Nation of Ganawagi. I'm also the artistic director and choreographer of Anawara Dance Theater. Today, I'm very happy to introduce you to our production, Sky Dancers. Sky Dancers is a multimedia dance production that tells the story of the Quebec Bridge disaster from an Indigenous perspective. In late summer 1907, the Quebec Bridge collapsed, killing 76 people. 33 of them were Mohawk ironworkers from my community of Ganawagi, and one of them was my great-grandfather, Louis Daibouste. I learned about this story and the more I gathered stories from other community members, the more I realized it was an important story to tell. It is a story that is truly a testament to the resilience of my people, and it highlights many of our contributions that we made to society. It's a story that not many people know about, but an important one that still resonates today. Sky Dancer truly puts a human face on this tragedy. It shows the before, the during, and the after of this event. It shows the strong community bonds of our people in Kahnawake. It shows the acrobatic skills of the ironworkers, the immensity of the bridge collapse, and the devastating aftermath for the women and the children left behind. Sky Dancers is an extraordinary story that took place 100 years ago, but the effects of it can still be seen today. In this work, supported by the National Arts Centre National Creation Fund, a sophisticated set, lighting, and video design work in conjunction with an original musical score to not only evoke the bridge itself, but the community of Kahnawake. We want the audience not only to witness this event, but to truly feel and experience what happened to our community, our people. On previous tours, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous audiences truly embraced this touching, important show wholeheartedly. Our goals are to connect communities, build bridges between cultures and generations, and truly celebrate the contributions, strength, and resilience of Indigenous people together. At this time, we are very available to tour the 2026-27 season and would like block touring opportunities to be able to share this story everywhere. Please enjoy this video excerpt. Nyawagoa. Thank you. CC Duo are known for pushing the limits of what a guitar duo can do. Their new show reimagines 19th and 20th century piano music for two guitars. Intimate yet powerful, this fresh interpretation transforms lush, lyrical works into something completely new.
Is Adam Ciccoliti, and this is Steve Cowan. We're Canadians. We just left. Yeah. Whenever we give that introduction in Canada, no one cheers for us, so it's pretty exciting. So we're, like I said, from Canada. We're just coming from minus 15 degree weather. Yeah, you use the Fahrenheit here, so that would be like what, 10, 15 degrees? It's pretty cold, and it's kind of like the middle of summer here. So we're also on vacation. So it's really nice to be here. Thank you to everybody for being here. We're going to talk to you a little bit about our program. So this program has been advertised as mostly French music. There are a couple of pieces like what we're going to begin with today that are not French. But what really ties it together is the fact that it's our own original arrangement. So everything you're going to hear on the program today, not a single piece was written for the guitar. And it's not because we don't like guitar music. I mean, only partly because of that.
Most people think of the guitar as a supporting instrument, something in the background. But in this project, we really wanted to make the guitars themselves sing. It's just the two of us focusing on melody, simplicity, and emotional connection. There's no distractions, no flashy effects, just some honest lyrical playing of beautiful music. The pieces were not originally written for guitar, and they weren't easy to adapt, but with careful arranging, we were able to make them sound and feel natural on our instruments. We've been told that it sounds like the music was meant to be this way.
After more than a decade of playing together, Lyrique feels like the most personal thing that Steve and I have done. It's the kind of music that draws people in whether they know classical music or they don't. For example, maybe you've heard this piece before. But maybe you don't know this one. We pull people in by giving them music that they recognize, but then we also show them something new, something beautiful, something accessible, but maybe something they weren't expecting. And I think that's why oftentimes we get comments like, I didn't know you could do that on guitar, or I love your arrangements, or that was beautiful, but surprising and unexpected.
This concert is built for close, attentive listening. It's perfect for small halls, churches, black box theaters, or even living rooms. We travel light and our setup is very simple. We just need 2 chairs and we have our 2 guitars. We can use amplification if needed, and we've developed lighting concepts for venues that have more sophisticated tech setups. It's this simplicity that creates a focused, intimate atmosphere that our audiences really connect with. Beyond the concert itself, we love connecting with the communities in various ways, whether it's through an outreach performance, a workshop with students, or a Q&A. We love showing people what this music is all about and how the guitars can bring it to life.
We Quit Theatre is a Winnipeg collective known for turning expectations upside down. Their latest show is a powerful lecture where one of the collective members appears in drag as their pre-transition self. With broken PowerPoints, coffee cups, and razor-sharp humor, they deconstruct Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream in ways that you can never imagine.
Hello, we are We Quit Theatre, a trans performance collective based in Treaty 1 territory. Our show, I Am Your Spaniel, or A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare by Ghislaine Patterson, has had 2 successful runs in Toronto. I'm Your Spaniel is a drag performance lecture that transforms into an object puppet stand-up set political manifesto performed by a dog. I'm Your Spaniel is an audacious, ecstatic, obsessively researched performance that draws out the violence at the heart of Shakespeare's most crowd-pleasing comedy. Armed with a broken PowerPoint and a pile of empty coffee cups and energy drinks, trans performer Ghislaine Patterson, me, in drag as Ghislaine Patterson, my pre-transition self, undertakes an obsessive technical, historical, personal, sexual, and political close reading of Shakespeare's most frequently performed play, A Midsummer Night's Dream. The show evokes a Noon-hour library lecture, a magical forest, and a rock concert. Spaniel has been performed in black box theaters, galleries, and cabaret venues, and is adaptable to unique spaces. We're open to both traditional and non-traditional performance spaces like lecture halls, outdoor spaces, and DIY venues.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know.
Modern editions of Shakespeare's plays are edited for publication, the spelling and punctuation corrected to smooth the experience of reading. These texts differ significantly from the first folio because Shakespeare didn't write for the page, he wrote for the body.
Dogs are so tired from jealousy and fear and cleaning their reusable metal straws. Their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crookneed and dewlapped like the Thessalian bull, slow in pursuit but matched in mouth like bells. The skies, the fountains, every region, near, seem, all one mutual cry. Mark the musical confusion of hounds and echoing conjunction. Ow! 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 I don't want to talk about literature with you. I want to dog you, you know? I want to dog you. La Production de 10 Avril is a company making opera fresh and accessible. Their new show is the first opera in Quebecois French dialect, adapted by Michael Tremblay's classic play. With 6 singers and 5 musicians, it follows Albertine as she looks back on pivotal moments of her life. Bold, emotional, and beautifully scored, this opera reimagines a Quebecois icon with modern power.
Hello, my name is Nathalie Deschamps, Artistic Director at Les Productions du 10 Avril. Our company is committed to create both deeply human works and to democratize opera and all forms of arts, making them accessible to everyone, everywhere. Today, I'm very proud to present Albertine en 5 temps, a French opera with a Montreal twist that touched over 15,000 audience members across 38 performances in Quebec, Ottawa, and even at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Obviously, we have English subtitles. Inspired by Michel Tremblay's iconic play, Albertine en 5 temps explores the resilience of women, mothers, and elderly people facing solitude. The music is composed by Catherine Major and the libretto by the Collectif de la Lune Rouge. This project has proven its versatility, from the National Arts Center to a Bausch on the Seine to the open-air Théâtre de la Verdure in the Parc La Fontaine. We reach spectators of all ages and backgrounds, from school matinees that we have a guide to a critically acclaimed recording, and every performance has sparked deep recognition and emotion. With 6 singers and 5 musicians, our team has adapted brilliantly to each unique venue, bringing Albertine to life in every setting. Albertine speaks to everyone. Albertine is more than an opera. It's a heartfelt tribute to inner resilience. Join us in bringing this powerful story to more people, because we are all Albertine.
Octopus is a Montreal-based group that takes klezmer roots and spins them into something joyful and fresh. Their performances mix century-old traditions with Brahms, Quebecois tunes, and even jazz improv, all delivered with humor and heart.
Dear presenters, my name is Gabriel Paquin-Lucky. I'm the artistic director of the Montreal-based klezmer octet Octopus, which is dedicated to Eastern European music. In recent years, I have worked on several articles and lectures exploring the links between classical and folk music. In my own way, I wanted to break down the hierarchy between these two genres, which are often made of the same material. These works formed the basis of Octopus's latest project, Brahms, Balkans, and Bagels. In this colorful concert, classical and folk music intertwine as equal partners in arrangements that are as virtuosic as they are touching. The mood swings between celebration and remembrance, drawing tears halfway between laughter and tears. Klezmer music serves as the unifying thread through this journey, punctuating it with its dances, inflections, and ornamentation. Between pieces, I allow myself a few short stories and humorous presentations. In addition, we're always happy to offer masterclasses, workshops, lectures, as well as performances in schools, parks, or any other pleasant location as a carousel. In the following video, you'll hear several of these classical pieces that we have rearranged in our own way. Enjoy listening, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Buzz Brass has dazzled audiences worldwide with over 2,000 concerts. Known as one of Canada's premier brass quintets, their new show reimagines favorites like Rhapsody in Blue and Summertime.
Hi, I'm Sylvain Lapointe, founder of Buzz Brass. I'm here with John, my trusty video tech. Today we're presenting the concert called Buzz Brass Greets Gershwin, a vibrant tribute to George Gershwin, the composer who brilliantly fused classical and jazz music. So, roll up the first clip, Jack. No, Jim, not that one. That's with an actor. For Gershwin, we play with a pianist. I'd like them to hear Rhapsody in Blue. Roll it, Jeff. Incredible, right? All the richness of a full symphony orchestra, but with just 6 musicians. No need to book Roy Thomason Hall. We fit beautifully in intimate venues. Let's jump to another Gershwin jam. George. No, Jerry, that's one of our show for kids. We have several of those, but right now we're talking Gershwin. So roll it, Gilbert. That was Cuban Overture, spectacular. Moving forward, jazz pianist John Rooney will be performing with us. True to Gershwin's spirit, who improvised all the piano solos at the premiere of Rhapsody in Blue, John will use his jazz background to bring a fresh, unique color to every performance. We don't have any footage with John yet, but we have this. Go ahead, Jimmy. Buzz Brass greets Gershwin. The elegance of classical music, the spirit of jazz, the power of brass, and the magic of the piano. Perfect for your venue. From me and John behind the scenes, thanks for watching and see you soon.
Erica Batdorf is a theater artist with over 35 years of award-winning globe-trotting experience and an undeniable electric presence on stage. Her new show is part comedy, part drama, and all heart.
Hello, I'm Erica Batdorf. I'm an interdisciplinary artist, theater maker, solo performer, educator. I have been creating work for over 35 years in Canada and across the globe. Thank you so much for taking the time to allow me to pitch Poetic License, which is a comedic solo with 3 characters created over 20 years ago And I created these characters that were, at that time, 20 years older than me. I thought I knew a lot about aging. At 40, now I'm 63. I actually know a lot more about aging, and I am the right age to play these characters. I have been teaching theater at York University for 25 years. I've developed a technique called the Batdorf technique, which is now taught internationally. For a long time, I have split my focus between teaching and performance, and I'm very excited now to be transitioning back to being a full-time freelance artist. To support this, I bought a 3-room schoolhouse in Honeywood, Ontario. It's in Dufferin County. I'm creating an artist retreat center, making space to develop work for myself and others, especially for local artists and women. I grew up in Nova Scotia, and so I am especially excited after years of living and working in big cities to be creating new work in the country. Poetic License was created at a really intense period of transition for me. I had just moved back to Canada. I had been living in Boston for 12 years, and I had been a queer touring artist performing predominantly as a man. And suddenly I'm in Toronto, I own a home, I'm married, I'm teaching full-time, and I'm raising a child. It was incredibly overwhelming. I actually had this urge to walk out of my life. So I started interviewing people, asking them, have you ever wanted to walk out of your life? The responses I got to that question were so moving and so powerful that it became the foundation of Poetic License. Poetic License tells the story of 3 different women. The first one is a professor who's about to leave her teaching career, as I am now. She's having a kind of hilarious nervous breakdown in front of her students, the audience. The second character has multiple sclerosis. She's trying to get chocolate from the nurses, the audience, but she's not allowed to eat chocolate because she keeps choking. And the last character is their mother, who drops down from heaven, a very unorthodox angel. She was a rather unsuccessful mother, and she's trying to win her wings by trying to support her now grown children while also trying to get a cigarette from the audience. The character with multiple sclerosis was created with and about my own sister, who had multiple sclerosis. It was a very intimate process. The last piece of choreography in the show was inspired by something that she said to me after 10 years of being bedridden. She said, happiness hovers over me, and sometimes, for a moment, I can lift up into it. I can offer a whole variety of workshops to all kinds of artists in your community. I teach creative process, writing, acting, theater, clown, mask, movement, and Batdorf technique. I love when I tour to make a connection with the audience, whether it's through a Q&A, a workshop, or even just meeting other artists in your community. One of the most exciting things to me about Poetic License is that it tells the stories of 3 older women. I've always been curious why we don't hear more stories of older women on stage. We know that theater audiences in Canada are predominantly women over 50, yet we rarely hear their stories on stage. Stories of parenting, of aging, of care and support. Poetic License is just that. Thank you so much for listening. I would love to bring Poetic License and my workshops to your community.
Sarah Hagen is a multi-award-winning classical pianist with a sharp wit and love of performance. In her new show, she gives us a fresh look at one of the most iconic works in the classical repertoire, Bach's Goldberg Variations.
My name is Sarah Hagen, and I'm a classical pianist. I'm really looking forward to touring Bach's Goldberg Variations, which is a formidable work that many people have a very deep connection to. I can't tell you how many times audience members have come up to me after a performance telling me that being able to hear the work performed live in their community was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I begin each performance with an introduction to help welcome people into the little secret corners of the music. And I end each performance with a talk back because people love to talk about Goldberg variations, and it is so fun to hear about people's experience with the music, their connection to it, maybe their favorite recording. I created 32 pieces of artwork to accompany the music, and I bring that artwork on the road with me. It's very simple to display. They're just prints that can lay flat on tables, and people have told me how much they love to have another connection into the music through this visual artwork. Outreach is a very important part of touring life for me, and I offer lessons and masterclasses to piano students of all ages and levels, as well as workshops delving into the connection between music and art. Playing in care homes is very important to me. I offer relaxed performances to honor what I think is often an overlooked or forgotten audience. I would love to bring this deeply impactful music into your community. Thank you for your time.
The story of how the Goldberg variations came by their name is that a man by the name of Count Kaiserling suffered from terrible insomnia. So he hired a young virtuoso harpsichordist by the name of Johann Gottlieb Goldberg to entertain him during his sleepless nights. And because Goldberg was the first one to play it, so it came by its name. I have my own theory. I think that Bach owed Goldberg money. We know that Bach didn't have very much money. As all the textbooks tell us, Bach was Baroque. And what I ended up doing, because I had this luxury of time, I didn't take the score to the piano. Instead, I listened to countless recordings. And while I was doing so, I made art. And I made a piece of art to accompany each variation. And what this showed me, which I don't think I would have realized to the same extent had I been kind of drowning in the virtuosity and the technicality of it all, this is music filled with light. This is music for our time. It is music filled with laughter and light and love, and most important, optimism. Thanks for being here today.
Oro Collective is a Vancouver-based group blending hip-hop, whacking, breaking, popping, and contemporary dance into something fresh and powerful. Their new show dives into the forgotten histories of Vancouver landmarks like the Robson Square and the Fire Hall Arts Centre, uncovering hidden stories and asking how the past shapes the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Rena Pallerin and I'm the co-artistic director of Oro Collective, a multidisciplinary dance collective based in Vancouver, BC. Oro was created in 2014 to support and promote street dance artists and culture by amalgamating hip-hop, whacking, breaking, house, and contemporary dance techniques to create new movement vocabulary for concert dance stages. Each street dancer has trained with the original founders or pioneers of their respective dance styles, carrying deep cultural knowledge to our work. Together we come from diverse cultural and artistic backgrounds, and we believe that collaboration sparks dialogue, innovation, and meaningful community connections. We are excited to share our work, Echoes, with you today. Echoes explores the impact of forgotten histories within transient urban landscapes, examining how an erased past influences future generations. Through Echoes, we pay homage to two significant landmarks in downtown Vancouver, Robson Square and the Fire Hall Arts Centre, along with their surrounding neighborhoods. The piece is 50 minutes in length and is performed by 5 dancers with 1 support staff. There is no intermission and a post-show talkback is available upon request. The work was originally commissioned by the Fire Hall Arts Centre in 2021 and has since been performed in cities across BC, and a 10-minute excerpt was performed at the Guelph Dance Festival. The work is highly adaptable and has been performed in both outdoor and indoor settings with minimum technical requirements. Community building is at the heart of our work, and our outreach initiatives are suitable for all ages. Our collective members offer workshops in house, hip-hop, breaking, popping, whacking, or our signature workshop, the Oro Approach. Levels range from open-level classes all the way to advanced or competitive. Our managing director and dance artist, Christina Bucci, is available to present her workshop, Nutrition for Dancers. This workshop provides dancers and movers with the essential knowledge they need to train, perform, and dance at their fullest potential. In true street dance fashion, a number of our works close with a jam. Our artists lead beginner-friendly party grooves for dancers and non-dancers alike, and our DJ animates the space with house, hip-hop, disco, and funk music. This is by far our favorite way to close off an evening. We also offer a community initiative that pairs local dancers with Oro artists to create new works performed as the opening acts for our shows. This program has been presented across Japan and BC, building bridges between emerging and professional artists. And please enjoy the short trailer of Echoes. For info and booking inquiries, please contact our booking manager at info@orocollective.com.
Eliana Cuevas teams up with the Angel Falls String Quartet to merge Venezuelan tradition with contemporary flair. With Juno-winning pianist Jeremy Ledbetter arranging her songs, every performance is lush, dynamic, and transportive. This collaboration bridges cultures and emotions, all through Eliana's unforgettable voice.
Hello everyone, my name is Eliana Cuevas and I'm here to introduce you to my latest project, the Angel Falls String Quartet, a group that features the music from Venezuela, my native land, as well as some of my original compositions. I've got a stellar lineup of artists and we really hope you enjoy what we have here for you. We look forward to seeing you in 2026 and 2027. Thank you.
Es el viento que llega, llamo a la lluvia y no llega, viene, con el viento la llama se acerca. Y ya el humo está cerca y no quiere parar, el fuego no quiere parar y no quiere parar, el fuego con todo quiere acabar y no quiere parar. Maduro no quiere parar y no quiere parar. Maduro con todo quiere acabar. No sé cómo podrán mis labios pronunciar la frase de un adiós cuando vaya a partir. Será un momento triste y cruel que hará mi corazón sentir la pena de la ausencia que es más dura que el morir. No sé cómo podrán mis labios pronunciar la frase de un adiós cuando vaya a partir. Será un momento triste y cruel que hará mi corazón sentir la pena de la ausencia que es más dura que el morir. Dame un consuelo antes de partir para sentirme tranquila, dulce bien, mitigar el dolor que hace sentir en mi alma que te adora, delirante y cruel y que se siente en la serenidad del dolor de nuestra ausencia triste y cruel que dura el martirio alejándome de ti. Dame un consuelo antes de partir para sentirme tranquila, dulce bien, mitigar el dolor que hace sentir en mi alma que te adoro delirante y cruel que se siente la serata del dolor de mi presencia triste, cruel, que duro es el martirio alejándome de ti, que duro es el martirio alejándome de ti, que duro es el martirio alejándome de ti.
Thank you. Aren't they amazing?
That's a wrap on day 3, which brings us to the close of the 2025 Virtual Networking Series Artist Showcase. We hope you enjoyed the presentations and discovered new artists to inspire your future programming. I know I sure did. For more details about today's artists, please visit ontariopresents.ca and check out your digital handout. For details on Ontario Presents and our block booking program, please email info@ontariopresents.ca. Once again, we'd like to thank our funders, the Department of Canadian Heritage, the Ontario Arts Council, and the Canada Council for the Arts. And most importantly, thank you for joining us today, and a special thank you to all of the artists, managers, and agents. Without you, this showcase would not be possible. Thank you, friends.